So this video is just gonna be me kind of yapping about BONELAB and basically the state of the game as it's in. This is all like just off the top of my head. I haven't written a script or anything, so let's get into it. So first I want to talk about the Marrow SDK and modding for the game right now. So right now the SDK is in a very good place. It's getting consistent updates and it should be finished pretty soon. And pretty soon we won't need the extended SDK at all, and we won't have to worry about mods breaking because we're just have a few more patches left before they start working on B-side. And I also kind of want to just talk about what my expectations for the SDK and also some of my hopes, which they might not add. So what we could expect is obviously grips, guns, NPCs, better, I guess, level things, vehicles, all that stuff. We could expect that all by patch 9, obviously. But some things I really wish that the SDK would add, which they most likely won't, is being able to disable the body log or disable slow-mo, and just having like way more advanced things for levels that you probably couldn't do without code mods. It would just be a lot better and make map makers feel a lot more free with what they can do and pretty much let us make our own games. So I know SLZ is pretty much done with the campaign. They've made some tweaks, some changes, trying to make it as like better without completely changing it up. But I kind of just want to talk about it because it seems like a lot of players are obviously still talking about how oh, the campaign's so bad compared to Boneworks. And realistically, the campaign isn't that bad. I feel like the something that could have been a bit better is when you get the body log instead of that being at the end of the game. That's like a halfway point. That would have been a lot cooler than the game just ending right after that. And you know, BONELAB was never meant to be a full sequel to Boneworks. It's mostly supposed to be a spin-off. It's not a full game. It's supposed to be a spin-off for the Quest. It's pretty much them seeing if they can make the Boneworks engine available on Quest. So their future titles like B-side, just to see how if they are able to run. And they also obviously added the mod support because mods were really popular with Boneworks. A lot of people got the game just for sandbox and just for mods alone. So one last thing I want to talk about is like features for the game and like the patches that are going on. When I look up things for the SDK, when I'm trying to look up a problem I'm having when making a mod, I'll find subreddits of people talking about how why are they updating the game so much? They're not adding anything, and they just don't understand like what's really going on. So these updates aren't adding any new content. I don't think there's going to be any new content because the game I think is in a good state, and the whole point of the game is mods. Literally the lore of the story is like being able to mod the game. So every update is essentially just, making the SDK better for developers and modders so that players, just casual players, can have way better mods and have a lot more fun in the game. There are a lot of mods that wouldn't be possible without the extended SDK, which is made by the community, but even that is limited because it's using dummy scripts. Like, the extended SDK didn't have zones or anything, obviously. Actually, maybe it did. I'm not really sure. I didn't really use the extended SDK. But it's just, it's not as free. Like BONELAB, SLZ can make the SDK whatever they want it to be. But the extended SDK can only do like things that are ripped from the game, which makes it a lot more limiting. So yeah, that was my first video where I pretty much just yap what I'm thinking on my mind. And I'll probably have a few more, but I'm kind of just throwing, stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks, seeing what, is the most popular, what I like doing the most. I hope you guys like it. I liked making this, kind of just explaining my thoughts on the game right now. Hope you guys have a great day and take care.